Tonight, medical researchers have been searching for traces of COVID-19 in the water. Now they say they've made a surprising discovery. Plus, just one day after rallying in Duluth, a top aide to President Trump tests positive for COVID-19. And ensuring a secure election. As the pandemic plays out, fears over election integrity grow. We're hearing from Minnesota's Secretary of State.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Tony is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we're learning more about COVID-19 and whether it can exist in the water along the beaches of Lake Superior. Back in August, we introduced you to a University of Minnesota Medical School researchers testing the water at several locations around the Big Lake. After a summer of searching, they showed CBS3's Kendall Jarbo a very interesting discovery.
Dr. Richard Melvin's U of M Medical School team has been testing the beaches of Lake Superior for the virus that causes COVID-19. They've been searching since July. At the end of September, they found it.
This was a surprising result after pretty much a full summer of not seeing any evidence of the virus.
Melvin found small traces of the virus at 13th Street Beach, Leif Erikson Park, 42nd Avenue Beach, and Brighton Beach. Now, they need to find the source, which could come from infected people or wastewater. Funding for Melvin's study, set to expire in September, has now been extended another 2 months.
We feel that it would be foolish to stop looking once we see it. So I'm going to continue monitoring the water here around Duluth.
No research currently suggests COVID-19 can spread in water. Melvin says the virus detected in Lake Superior is very diluted, and people should not be afraid of the water.
What this is telling us is something about the community that we live in, that the virus is present, and it's present at a high enough level that it's now showing up in our environment.
Melvin says the community should be aware of how disease affects the environment, and he'll continue monitoring its impact.
We just want to have an idea of how long it is here, where it's at, and whether it's, going away soon.
To see weekly updates of the project and its results, we have a link on our website, cbs3duluth.com. Erosion remains a top concern along the North Shore. That's after several storms in recent years have battered the shoreline, leaving many places badly damaged. A home near Tofty has been a victim of erosion for the past 4 years, with Lake Superior eating away at their fire pit, grass, and landscape. This homeowner's issues and many others are keeping Johnston Masonry, a business in Duluth specializing in erosion prevention, quite busy.
This forest is amazing. The only thing that can hold up is is concrete. Stone, it'll take stone, pull it out to sea. People are losing all their beach rock, all their big boulders. People are losing the points of their property.
So far this year, Johnston Masonry has built 8 seawalls, with more scheduled in the spring. Dave's here for a look at the weather. Dave, it's a chilly one out there.
It started that way this morning too, Kristen, so let's take a look at this morning's low temperatures. And they were in the 30s for a lot of towns. And up north, again from the Ely area towards Isabella, cool enough for a couple of snow showers. In Wisconsin this morning, they had low temps in the 40s. Not quite cool enough for the showers, but those could come tomorrow. Today's daytime high temps, well, they did push towards 50 for a lot of places, but mid-40s like Ely will be the best we can probably manage tomorrow as the cool down continues. And again, that cool down tomorrow morning could drop temperatures into the 20s. And so tomorrow morning, well, the South Shore, especially from Ashland through Ironwood, could get a couple of snow showers. Tomorrow's high temp of 45 is well below normal, but if we just be patient, come Sunday, we'll start to warm up once again, and I'll show you how far we'll go with our 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. New tonight at 10, an attorney for one of 4 former Minneapolis police officers charged in the death of George Floyd says he wants the trial to be moved. Tom Plunkett is the lawyer for Jay King. He says defendants and lawyers were harassed and threatened by protesters after a September hearing. He adds holding a trial in Hennepin County would not be safe. Attorneys for all four men say pretrial publicity has made it impossible for them to receive a fair trial in Hennepin County. Judge Peter Cahill has not ruled on that request. Trial is set for March 8th. Meanwhile, a Superior man has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide after stabbing his own mother in the head. A judge set Robert Bennett III's bail at $1 million. The 39-year-old is being held behind bars in Douglas County. Police responded to a home near Norwood Avenue and Gates Avenue around 7 o'clock Tuesday morning. That's where they found Cindy Bennett's body. According to court documents, her son stabbed her in the head, the neck, and hands. Authorities claim the son lashed out after his mom tried to convince him to go to the hospital since he was acting unusual. The son told police he did it because he believed his mom was trying to kill him. According to court documents, he told authorities he did not feel bad about it. We're just over a month away from Election Day. So far, more than 1 million Minnesota voters have requested absentee ballots. But President Trump continues to raise questions about the integrity of mail-in ballots. At least 12 Democratic governors have vowed every ballot will be counted. And Minnesota's Secretary of State is reassuring voters not to question the integrity of the election. Here's Esme Murphy.
The president in Duluth again raised questions about mail-in ballots.
Did you see in New York today? 100,000 fraudulent ballots. This is crazy what's going on. This is crazy. From St. Paul to St. Cloud, from Minneapolis to Minnetonka.
While New York City is scrambling to send out 100,000 corrected ballots, officials here say Minnesota has no such problem.
We've had this since just after World War I. This is not new or unique or radical. It's time-tested. We have 3 layers of security in Minnesota.
Those 3 absentee ballot security measures are requiring Social Security or driver's license numbers on return ballots, individualized barcodes on each ballot, and requiring signatures on each return ballot. The president has repeatedly raised questions about the security of unsolicited ballots mailed directly to voters. Well, that does happen in Minnesota. Some 200,000 Minnesotans live in smaller communities that, because of the cost and also driving distance, have opted to eliminate their polling places. It's been state law since 1987. Most of these communities are in Republican-leaning areas. Just one example, Cass County in north central Minnesota.
In those jurisdictions without a polling place, every registered voter, every election automatically gets a ballot in the mail, and that's worked really well.
If you want to vote absentee, go to the Minnesota Secretary of State's website to request one, and it will be mailed to you. President Trump signed an executive order which could impact the future of some types of mining in Minnesota. The president first spoke about the order at his rally last night in Duluth. It specifically cuts down on what Trump called unnecessary permitting delays for companies like Twin Metals, which is looking to build an underground copper-nickel mine near the Boundary Waters. The company submitted its mine plan of operation at the end of last year. Now, federal and state agencies are reviewing its design and possible impact on the surrounding environment. Supporters say it's a step in the right direction.
Anything that works to streamline the process and to provide incentives for companies to both develop and in the future maybe even process here can only be positive and helpful. We'll have to wait and see exactly what it means.
Others disagree. Those with Save the Boundary Waters say the executive order is not very clear in its intentions. Also adding, speeding up the permitting process means less time to fight for the boundary waters.
The boundary waters will be permanently damaged, and we'll never get it back the way it is now. So we can't afford any other outcome.
Save the Boundary Waters officials say they will continue to work with legislators to permanently ban mining in the BWCA. Hope Hicks, one of President Donald Trump's closest aides, has tested positive for the coronavirus. Hicks, who serves as counselor to the president and traveled with him to the rally in Duluth yesterday, tested positive today, according to an administration official who spoke on condition of anonymity. She is the closest aide to Trump to test positive so far. The president says he and the First Lady will begin quarantine process as they await COVID test results. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a local veteran and community member who brought baseball to life in Duluth is given a big honor. We'll take you to the field after the break.
On this date in 1961, the record low of 20 was set. 2 years later, in 63, the record high of 80 was set. Well, tomorrow's temperatures will be a little bit closer to this 50 mark than either of these. It will be cooler than normal, but a warm-up could be coming our way if we just hold on through the weekend. We'll talk about that and any chances for precip coming up next.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Dr. Annabelle Butler discusses bariatric surgery, which aims to significantly and sustainably reduce body weight.
Bariatric surgery is really meant to treat the disease of obesity, and the disease of obesity comes along with several other chronic metabolic diseases, and the ones that are most common that we see would be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, sleep apnea. A patient with diabetes who comes in for their weight loss surgery will go home and notice that they're using much less insulin, if not completely off of their insulin after surgery. Not every patient that gets bariatric surgery has a medical condition related to their obesity, but the great thing about bariatric surgery is it actually helps prevent them from developing those conditions. And really, bariatric surgery ends up adding years to a patient's life.
Dr. Butler says bariatric surgery is a proven tool for long-term, meaningful weight loss, though she knows there are misconceptions among her patients and others.
I tell them it's not a willpower issue, and that's part of the stigma of weight, but we have to change the way that we view obesity. And I keep coming back to, obesity is a disease. Patients after weight loss surgery tend to enjoy a new lease on life. They have improved physical function. They are coming off of a lot of chronic long-term medications, and in general have a higher quality of life after surgery.
Bariatric surgery patients generally return to work within 2 weeks. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now lease an F-150 for just $299 a month. That's just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Here's a picture from earlier today up Moose Lake area, not the Moose Lake down south of Duluth, but the one that's about 20 miles out of Winton, just on the edge of the Boundary Waters, where Steve Branson saw this covey of grouse crossing the road. Why did the grouse cross the road? Because it was a pretty decent day, despite a cool start up north there. Yeah, in the Ely area, they did get some snow showers. And now, turnabout being fair play, the South Shore, northern Wisconsin and parts of the UP could get some flurries tomorrow morning before higher pressure clears us up for Friday. And only Friday, perhaps, because our next chance for rain showers comes around on Saturday. Current conditions happening right now indicate 39 degrees is the temperature at Duluth Airport. 60% is what we get for the relative humidity, with a northerly northwesterly wind that's slowed down now to 8 miles per hour. And the winds will become much calmer overnight tonight through tomorrow, dropping to the 5 to 10 mile per hour range, so we can let loose our grip on our hats here finally. Air pressure's on the high side at 30.25 inches, and soon enough the sky will follow suit and start to clear up after tomorrow morning's chance for the flurries on the South Shore. Current temps are certainly snow-worthy now in Watersmead at 32, but Ironwood's still a little bit warmer at 39. We're looking at 42 to 43 from Ashland to Hayward and 41 to 42 from Solon Springs to Superior. 41 is the current temperature going on towards Moose Lake and Barnum and Renshaw as well. Cloquet and Carleton probably a little bit closer to the 39 degrees that we're seeing in Hermantown currently. 39 is also what we get in Two Harbors. Mid-30s towards Ely, 37 around the Hibbing region, 36 Grand Rapids, and upper 30s International Falls. 20s possible for a good chunk of the area here tonight. So clearing slowly and cooling a little bit more rapidly, a little bit on the brisk side. Getting to be a little bit on the dry side. The low pressure system from yesterday and the day before fading away nicely in Minnesota, so probably no flurries up on the ranges tomorrow morning. Again, thanks to the wind coming across the lake, it'll be the South Shore from we'll say Odana through Wakefield there that'll get the chance for decorative snow showers, probably nothing that'll stick. And then for tomorrow, higher pressure should keep things dry and bring back a little bit of sun, but only for Friday, because as I've mentioned, here comes Saturday, this low pressure system brings us a 30% chance of showers, which in turn goes away to the east as higher pressure settles in for Sunday to clear us up and start the process of warming us up. So cold snap tomorrow, Saturday, then we start to warm on Sunday. And low temps tonight in Minnesota in the 20s. And for Wisconsin, Michigan, upper 20s to lower 30s. So 30% chance for flurries in the snow belt. Tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, 30% chance for flurries in the morning, then afternoon highs, mid-40s we'll call it. 40s as well for Minnesota. That is cooler than normal. Minnesota at least gets sunshine tomorrow. And then it clouds up again on Saturday, stays in the 40s, get that shower chance. Sunday, though, 50. And Monday, 55, 60 for Tuesday and Wednesday, and with sunshine, 58 on Thursday is close enough.
Thanks, Dave. Earlier today, the Duluth Little League honored the legacy of 96-year-old John Ringsred, the former president and pioneer of the organization. CBS 3's Ryan Campo was at the naming ceremony for John Ringsred Field and had a chance to talk to the veteran about what baseball and community means to him.
Decades ago, John Ringsred swung for the fence.
I was able to set up all of these places for footings for all of these posts that are in the ground for both fields.
The pioneer and former president of the Duluth Little League was honored for that work Thursday night.
Feeling's good, yeah. I like to be remembered for something. At my age, there isn't that much time left.
Ringsred, now 96 years old, built 2 Little League fields on East 8th Street near 20th Avenue East in Duluth back in the 1960s. And he did it all for one reason.
Because I had kids that were interested in stuff. I did it for the kids.
John served as the Duluth Central Little League's president during the 1963 season when they traveled to the Little League World Series and won 3rd place.
I'd look and we'd see the sign out there and I'd say I built them, so it's kind of a feeling of pride that you did something.
But that wasn't the only honor Ringsred has received this week, as he also was recognized while attending President Donald Trump's rally in Duluth Wednesday night.
Here as well tonight is 96-year-old World War II veteran, Dr. John Ringsred. Whoa, look at you. Whoa. You look great, John. Wow. You look good, handsome. Thank you, John.
Something John says he couldn't believe happened.
They had these senators and congressmen being introduced, and I heard that, and I just figured that could be it. And then they brought my name up, which was a big surprise.
Following the ceremony for Ringsred, he was able to throw out the first pitch before a scrimmage of local Duluth Little Leaguers.
John's son, Eric, also pledged a 5-year leadership-level financial gift to Duluth Little League to support scholarships for equal access for all youth and for improvements to Little League fields. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, we'll tell you the story of some Minnesota farmers who stepped up to help their neighbor when he and his farm needed it most.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car. You're getting Kohler.
To all our MediaCom customers, thank you.
We just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting us to keep your family connected.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Yep, we got you.
Thank you so much for being patient and your support.
You all are the reason that we do what we do, and we couldn't do it without you.
So thank you. We appreciate you, and please stay safe.
Thank you for being a part of our MediaCom family.
You're the best.
Thank you.
I set you free. I told you could.
If I'm your president on day one, we'll implement the national strategy I've been laying out since March. We'll develop and deploy rapid tests with results available immediately. We'll make the medical supplies and protective equipment that our country needs. We'll make them here in America. We'll have a national mandate to wear masks, not as a burden, but as a patriotic duty to protect one another. In short, we'll do what we should have done from the very beginning. Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
It's starting to get cold outside. Northwest Outlet is ready with fresh new inventory to keep you warm this fall and winter from Carhartt. Men and women know when they shop Northwest Outlet for Carhartt, they know their stuff. They carry more styles, more sizes, more colors, and more flame retardant Carhartt than anyone in the Northland. Jackets, jeans, shirts, gloves, bibs, hats, belts, socks, and sweats. We've got them all. Check Northwest Outlet's gigantic selection of long underwear, along with Carhartt work boots, rugged but comfortable. Northwest Outlet, home of Carhartt Superior.
It's time for the annual Subaru Love a Pet adoption event. Join us virtually this year. For the month of October, there will be discounted adoption fees for dogs and cats, along with featured pets of the day. Visit animalallies.net for featured pets and event details. Miller Hill Subaru and participating shelters are excited to find loving homes for pets and bring you this event virtually. Visit animalallies.net for adoptable pets and details.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn & Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live, local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Harvest season is a busy time for farmers, but in western Minnesota near the town of Mylin, more than 40 farmers stopped what they were doing to help out a friend. An emergency heart procedure kept Mike Haanen from getting to his soybeans. John Lauritsen shows us how his friends and neighbors stepped up to finish the job.
I finally gave in and walked to the house and told the wife, I said, you're going to have to take me to the emergency room. Something's not right.
For Mike Haanen, that was telling because it takes a lot for him to step away from his farm work. But it was lucky he went in when he did. Doctors discovered 99% blockage in 2 of his arteries.
I probably would have had a major heart attack. Maybe wouldn't have made it through.
Mike needed triple bypass surgery. He also needed to take it easy for a while. Normally, that would be a tough break during harvest season, but not in this neighborhood.
I just told him, I said, don't worry about the harvest. It'll be taken care of.
Brothers Gary and Elaine Olson were part of a group of more than 40 farmers who decided to step up for Mike. Last Saturday, they took time off from their fields to help Mike with his. They had 4 combines on 3 different farms, 2 combines on another one. When it was all said and done, they had knocked out more than 400 acres of Mike's soybeans in just over 3 hours. Something that would have taken Mike and his brother at least 4 days to do, and that's if the weather is good.
He's always been there for everybody else. Really a special community. It is.
I don't really know what to say to him. I mean, it's kind of an emotional thing for me, so, but I'm very thankful for it.
Just having Mike here is thanks enough for them.
He's tough as nails, so I knew he'd make it.
This Sunday marks 2 weeks since Mike's surgery. He says he's getting stronger by the day. Coming up in sports, more from today's Minnesota State High School League decision to go ahead with winter sports. Kelly's in next.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
I'm Quinn Nystrom, and I approve this message.
Pete Stauber and our healthcare. It's like the fox guarding the hen house. Stauber took tens of thousands of dollars from corporate special interests, like the healthcare industry, and voted against lowering drug prices 5 times. Stauber even voted to let insurance companies sell junk plans that deny coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. We can't trust Pete Stauber to guard our health care.
Joe Biden isn't an epidemiologist. He's not an economist or military general. But what he is the kind of leader who listens to the experts and a candidate who has earned their support. And what he'll be is a president who leads us out of this crisis and a commander-in-chief who respects those who have served. Because Joe Biden knows this moment is not about him, but about what we can do together. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
What would Joe Biden's plan do for you? Families with young children could get nearly $7,000 for childcare. Buying your first home, you'll get $15,000 towards the down payment. If you get paid by the hour, your income could grow by as much as $14,000. Older seniors, your yearly Social Security benefits could increase by $1,300. The Biden plan. The wealthy and big corporations pay more, you benefit.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now lease an F-150 for just $299 a month. That's just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Today, we help people. We help them reach higher, see things more clearly, smile confidently, bend the status quo, even help them get a grip. Outpatient surgery excellence. Lake Walk Surgery Center.
When President Trump made an appearance in Bemidji, we were there.
Trump will be here in Bemidji. Crowds of people already.
When Biden was giving his speech in Hermantown, we were there. When protests broke out, we were there.
Today he said that Trump doesn't represent.
When you wanted to have accurate info at the drop of a hat, we were there. For the best local campaign coverage, watch the local station. Live, local, CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, sports will continue to come back to the Northland, and that includes winter sports today as the Minnesota State High School League approved a plan to return to action. CBS3's Neil Viersba has more on the different changes that all involved the deal.
Winter sports were given the go-ahead today by the MSHSL to conduct its season in the coming weeks. But just like the fall season, it comes with some changes. The big one being competition, as teams will have 30% less competition on their slate. They will also only be allowed to have 2 competitions per week. That may change to 3 later in the year if a team needs to reschedule a game. But there still needs to be some discussion when it comes to fans. Currently, no fans are allowed into indoor events in school facilities. Duluth Northern Stars head coach Jamie Plesher says she's unsure of the plan of the Heritage Center, but admits it could have some benefits as well as some negatives on fans.
For me personally, when I was playing or coaching, I tend to tune the crowd out or tune the fans out, so I don't think I'm hoping it doesn't make a big difference. I also think it might be a positive for the girls in that whether it's friends that they get nervous playing in front of, or even maybe sometimes their parents get a little nervous playing in front of. Now they don't have to worry about that.
Now the next big meeting for the MSHSL comes on December 3rd. That is when they will determine if the winter sports season will have a postseason tournament.
All right, thanks, Neil. The first day of winter sports practices range from November 9th to December 7th. I sure cannot wait. And the Brewers at it again with the LA Dodgers. It's winter go home for them. In Game 2 of the wild card round at last check, it was scoreless. Great news, Vikings fans. The only bad news that you have remains is the team has yet to record a win this year. This morning, the Vikings announced that no positive COVID tests have been reported over the last 3 days. This comes after their Sunday opponent, the Tennessee Titans, had 8 total players and staff members test positive. As of this time, the team has reopened training facilities. And Sunday's game against the Houston Texans is still a go. The Vikings will kick off at noon. And today is the day to start thinking about Grandma's Marathon 2021. Registration has officially opened up this evening for the 45th annual race. The race is operating at half capacity this year. At last check, 500 spots only remained for the Gary Bjorklund Half Marathon. Kristen's got one of those, and 700 spots remained for the full. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting really excited about anything college hockey related here in the Northland. Today it was UMD men's hockey dropping their 2020-21 roster. The Bulldogs welcome in 8 newcomers, including 6 freshmen to the roster. 6 of those newcomers are Minnesota natives, 2 from Hermantown alone. Still no formal start date for the Bulldogs. The NCHC announced last month it would begin November 20th at the earliest. And it is an end of an era for Minnesota Wild fans as longtime captain Mikko Koivu officially becomes a free agent this month. Koivu spent all 15 seasons of his National Hockey League career with the Minnesota Wild and leads the team in points, assists, and ties Marian Gaborik for the number of goals. And as of this moment in time, Koivu is still undecided on whether or not to retire. And the hardest part of this whole transition was that he was not able to spend it with Wild fans.
When you play a game of hockey or you play any sport, you want the fans to be around you. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why we play the game. But at the same time, then I also appreciate that I had a chance to experience the bubble and seeing how much went into that and have that experience. So I don't think for sure you missed that and wasn't perfect by any means. But again, at the end of the day, like nothing I can control right now.
Not going to be the same not having him on the Wild next year. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now lease an F-150 for just $299 a month. That's just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message.
Jason Lewis sure has a lot to say about women. He actually said women who care about birth control are brainless. He opposed laws providing health care protections for women. Here's Lewis.
It used to be that women were held to a little bit of a higher standard. We required modesty from women. Now, are we beyond those days where a woman can behave as a slut, but you can't call her a slut?
Jason Lewis. Wrong for women, wrong for Minnesota.
Dante was killed in Pearl Harbor.
We had a very hard time getting Dante flown home to Duluth, running into roadblock after roadblock after roadblock.
Pete Stauber was very much there for us every bit of the way.
And he would look at us and he'd say, we're going to make that happen for you.
Thursday night, the family of Dante Teeny got him back.
Pete came through for our family with flying colors.
He sees the needs of the people and he fights for them.
I'm Pete Stauber and I approve this message.
I've got one for you. See, You Care, health plan demystifiers and sleeve roller uppers.
You Care, health plan demystifiers and sleeve roller uppers.
Sounds so good when you say it. 96% of all providers accept You Care because they rock so hard.
96% of all providers accept You Care because they ride so hard. Can we even pull over?
What's our tagline?
You Care, people-powered health plan.
So good.
Hello, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. For the month of October, we are offering free installation for bathtubs, showers, safety tubs, and surrounds. Get your dream bathroom with free installation. As always, you can still get one of our great financing options for low monthly payments, or 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022. This offer ends October 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Dave, is that cold weather going to stick around here?
A couple more days, yeah.
All
Overnight
right.
low temps tonight will drop into the 20s for a lot of towns. And with the winds coming across the lake the right direction and speed, that means the South Shore could get some flurries while the rest of us dry up and cool down. Tomorrow's high only 45 is cooler than normal. Saturday gets some showers. That's cooler than normal. But by Sunday it gets sunny and dry, and it starts to warm up towards 60 by Wednesday.
We'll see you tomorrow.